quite wet. Must have been raining this morning. Okay, pivot to the other side. Yeah, it's just with the Klingons. I'm kind of testing around, see what kind of cars can work on this, because I think to put the Klingons on the Phoenix, and the Phoenix does not like the Klingons. I think the Klingons are just too. The lug wasn't strong enough to really support the Phoenix very well, so they really just gave way too easily. And I think they might work better with the TRX4, but I'm noticing the inserts are a little stiff. I don't think the inserts really like the TRX4 now, so I think I might need to swap for greens, which is interesting considering the blues work well in the deep wood, so maybe it's just carcass thickness. Maybe the Klingon carcass is a bit thicker than we thought it was. Either way, should be doing pretty well here. The skis are trying to eat me, but I think the thermocell is starting to work. Yeah, I tend to only run the TRX4 and most of my trucks on a like daily basis on storage mode level batteries, and run them until they're dry and then put them back to storage mode. Which is the reason I have so many batteries nowadays. I have like 4 1300s specific for this purpose. Okay, now this bit TRX4 always struggles on. It's that big front bumper. That one kind of thing that should suck the bumper in a good amount, but you know, there's never a guarantee. Front, try and drive it through, and bumpers in the way again, I think. Okay, we're out. Turn that over. Okay, but we're through. I really like those bronze bead locks. I really like anything like bronze looking from Endura. Challenge is good. Drag brake let me down there. Okay. Oh, it's a little narrow, the truck right now, so it doesn't really want to stay too well, and it doesn't want to climb that rock too much either. These plants definitely aren't helping either. They're just getting between the rock and the tire and preventing traction from happening. The tire's also narrow, so you know they're not liking this environment. Okay. In here. That worked. Just. Oh, these are narrow, but they work. They're narrow, but they work. They're narrow, but they work. That's alright. Right on the front. This isn't Park Hill, but this is a challenging course. I'll say that. The thing I tested the other day with Louise Ardent versus the and I brought the Dirt Track Deepwood along. Louise Champ, same thing. But the Ardents really weren't gripping at Park Hill. I think they have the opposite requirement the Klingons have, is that they need a heavy vehicle to push all those little lugs into the ground, whereas this one looks so thin it can't support heavy weight, otherwise it just buckles and slips and loses traction. So as a result, it's all might actually work for this truck. Might need greens inserts, I don't know. It might be that these need to be worn in. I don't really know if that's the case, because the Deepwoods bag a little bit, which is kind of nice. Plus, it's hard to see with this one. But I think with a tire this thin, it's worth putting a set of greens inside to see how they work. Yeah, I do love the raised bumper that Coral Canyon put up. The how-to on how to make this drive better. Modifications, steering servo, of course got the Klingons and the Amazon wheels, and we have cut rear bumper, so not cut rear bumper, raised rear bumper. Come on, raised front bumper. I like where it is now, but I think it'll be better if I raise it more. Still, I don't know. Cut body, of course, to fit all the modifications, and that's it. Honestly, nothing else has been changed. Oh no, front battery tray. I've added that because just to put more weight up front. This is technically a loaner from the TRX4 Bronco. Not that, baby, not that. Okay, there we go. Technically a loaner from the Bronco. Okay, doesn't want to hold that. I do need a fusion. I think this definitely needs a fusion. I mean, every RC crawl needs a fusion, pretty much. It's very much a game changer. I'll take the right side line here. Yeah, cause that works a bit better. I usually take the left side of that line, but I think taking the right side line, because some kids came and smashed up some rocks, so the right side is not the better direction to go. Klingons are definitely more for slightly rougher rock, at least for heavier rigs. For lighter rigs, you can do both, but for heavier rigs, you want rougher rock to actually get the Klingon tread do its work. Otherwise, there's not enough rubber area for the Klingons to hold a heavier rig. No overdrive, no underdrive, just 1-to-1, front to rear. Good old XL5 doing this job. Still works. Not ideal. Okay. These Klingons actually are doing pretty good work on the TRX4. A little narrow, but they're also half the price of anything. Even the my favorite Louise Champs, they are half the price of those even. Okay. Yeah, they're like barely bagging, even though it's only resting on 2 wheels. I do still want to unmount the stock canyon trails, and I'm tempted to run a comp on literally the stock wheels and show that any truck can comp. Just need a competent driver. I think I'm competent. Not the best, obviously, but just having some fun. Plant's blocking my view. Don't know where my wheels are going. There we go. Feels like getting to me now. And back's gonna slide. So I got my bumper over, and that's all I need. Okay. About to run.